Hi, this is MrByZ, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Hasbro 6-inch bargain series figures that we've been getting. These have been showing up at Walgreens here in the States, it seems, recently. I was able to find these four, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. So here we have the four figures that I picked up with Captain Phasma, C-3PO, First Order Stormtrooper, and Rey, as it says for here, for Star Killer Base. I never found the ones in Rogue One packaging, and from what I understand, the Rey, and there's also a Darth Maul, and apparently a Death Trooper has now shown up in this packaging. So I'll have to be searching for those to add these to my collection. But let's go ahead and take a look at these four right now. So my first figure here is one of my favorite from these new films, is Captain Phasma. And, you know, when I did a review on these bargain figures, gosh, about a year ago, I noted that the Kylo Ren seemed to be just a shrunk-down version of the 12-inch Hero series. And I can't grab my Phasma right now to check it as it's packed away for the 12-inch. But this seems to be pretty much the same idea. It looks like a shrunk-down version of that 12-inch version we got from Toys R Us a couple years ago. The cape is very pliable. Does have a little extra detail here, too, which is always nice. Those little pockets and that. But it's a nice pliable rubber, which is nice. She does have her gun, and it feels like it's molded in place. Appears to be, yes, molded in place like some of these guns are occasionally we got. As you can see, there's no spot to attach it to her hip anyway. Her helmet seems a little squat, but, you know, it looks fine. Overall, I kind of like the shininess of the armor. We're definitely getting away from that gray we seem to be getting and a little more shiny. Obviously, we'd love vac metallization like we can get out of some of the stuff in Japan. But it's still nice to see that we're getting a little bit shinier of armor. So I was actually able to find my 12-inch Phasma, so I thought I'd go ahead and show that this looks like it is definitely a shrunk-down version of this 12-inch Phasma we got from Toys R Us. The stance is the same, even though the legs are movable on this 12-inch Phasma, and the gun is removable. Like, the hands are all in the same position. The arms go in the same direction. The legs are in the same stance, as you can see here. It really does seem to be that, and kind of telling for me is the folds on the cape. As you can see here on the 6-inch and the 12-inch, that seems to be exactly the same folds there. So it looks like these, once again, that these shrunk down, not shrunk down, but these bargain 6-inch figures seem to be a shrunk down version of the 12-inch Hero series that we've been getting, which is kind of interesting. Next we'll look at 3PO, and I realized I never showed the boxes on these. They have a little bit of information on the back. Again, not very much, and in 4 different languages. Kind of nice little side art. We have those on all these you see for Phasma, and on Rey, and on the Stormtrooper. It's kind of nice to have that there. But let's go ahead and open up 3PO and take a look at it. So we have 3PO. As you can see, he's really shiny. It's kind of nice to see like this. It reminds me of some scenes we've actually seen, like in Empire Strikes Back on Hoth, where it wasn't necessarily a bright see yourself in the chrome shiny 3PO, but more like this. And this seems a little more realistic than some of the dull gold or yellow 3POs we've gotten. The detail is very nice. This reminds me, again, of a shrunk-down version of that 12-inch Hero series that we got in the Target 3-pack a couple years ago. Good detail. The paint's very nice on these. You know, for bargain figures, they're pretty nice. They're 4 parts of articulation with the shoulders, head, and waist. The legs are not movable, although they do have peg holes. Like I said, detail on these is nice. The head is a ball joint too, so that's kind of nice to see. Let's move on. Next we have the Stormtrooper here. For some reason I thought this had come out sooner, but I'm pretty darn sure we did not get a First Order Stormtrooper previously in this bargain 6-inch line. Of course, I could be wrong. I'll have to go back and watch my own video to double check. But there's one I went back and forth on. But I can actually use him to give you a size comparison. This is the bargain 6-inch Stormtrooper. And here's a Black Series 6-inch Stormtrooper. As you can see, the bargain series is a little bit shorter, a little smaller in proportions. So they're not quite 6-inch. I don't know, I don't have a ruler here to exactly measure them out. But it kind of gives you kind of size difference and quality difference, if you will. I mean, this is a $20 figure and this is an $8 figure. Seems about right in many ways. The paint on this is not the best, as you can see. It does all right. I mean, if you wanted to use this for a background Stormtrooper in your 6-inch diorama, it would be fine. Paint on the back does not seem to be as abundant. Like, you know, there's that little black dot there, but we're not getting it here, nor the black on the back of the helmet. It seems that the back of the figure was almost fully ignored. There's like the extra black line on the side of his that we do not get on this bargain. So they don't put in all the paint details on these. Like I said, it's great for background. I don't know, for those of us who are completists, want to buy everything, probably want to get it. But other than that, if you just want a first order Stormtrooper, probably go with one of the regular Black Series. Finally, we have Rey, which I know is a previous release as it came out in the Rogue One packaging, but I never found it like that, so this is my first time getting it. You know, facial details aren't terrible for this kind of figure. The way the legs are sculpted, as you can see with the way her, what do you call that, scarves drop down there and come back, it seems very crude. She does have her little pack molded onto her. Her lightsaber is actually removable, so we can actually take that out and use that. Obviously, it's the most used lightsaber in the galaxy, right? Yeah, this is not going to be better than any of your Black Series Reys, obviously. I don't know where you'd want to use this, so unless you're completist, you probably don't need this, or if you're a Rey fan, you probably want to pick it up. But on that, go buy a Black Series. This is a very cheap. I mean, honestly, the Rey of all of these, if you look at the 4 of these together, the Rey almost looks like a knockoff. I mean, at least the 3PO and the Phasma are shiny, and they seem to work. That Rey kind of looks like a knockoff in many ways. Not as impressed with her. So that is a look at these Hasbro Bargain Series 6-inch figures. I've kind of enjoyed these from when they first came out. They seem to get cheaper. The first ones I bought was at Celebration in London, and they were much more expensive, whereas I got these for $8 a piece, and then they were actually on sale at Walgreens for buy 2, get 1 free. So it kind of worked out as a good deal to pick these up. If you're into this stuff, I think it's definitely worthwhile. They can also kind of pad out if you want some background stuff for your characters, for your displays and that. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this, and check out my other videos. I know I've got more coming up this week. Thank you very much.